Welcome back, everybody, to the Cleveland Guardians franchise here on MLB The Show 22. We are getting close to the end of season number 4, currently in the middle of August, with the trade deadline now wrapped up, and the team is in a good spot. We're 78-43. We made 2 moves at the deadline to bolster our pitching, adding a starter and a reliever. We went out and got lefty Ranger Suarez from the Phillies, and then we acquired Brusdar Graterol from the Dodgers to help the bullpen. The lineup is staying the exact same because we have the best offense in baseball right now. Ketel Marte has a higher WAR than anybody in all of baseball. Jose Ramirez is the American League MVP, and Kyle Lewis isn't too far behind him. So there wasn't really another need for a bat, whereas the pitching's been a little bit more inconsistent this year, and I think Graterol and Suarez could certainly be good additions for us. Currently, we are 78-43. We have the best record in baseball. Although the Astros are catching up, Houston's been a little better than us since the All-Star break, and we certainly want to keep that number 1 seed in the American League. I want to play against Colorado here because this is a World Series rematch from a year ago. So we're going to simulate our next 7 games, winning 6 of them, including a nice 9-0 shutout. Hunter Green with 8 scoreless. You love to see it. So we swept the Angels and we took 2 of 3 in Oakland, bringing us to this series against Colorado. Last year, us and the Rockies were very even. We won 89 games, the Rockies won 88 games, which kind of made the World Series fun, 2 underdogs. Whereas this year, these 2 teams couldn't be any different. We had the best record in baseball, and they had the worst. After representing the National League in the World Series last year, things have completely fallen apart for the Colorado Rockies. I think a part of it is that they overperformed last year based on their talent, but even so, there's no reason why you go from the World Series to the worst team in all of baseball, but that's exactly what has happened here with the Colorado Rockies. We're going to play in this first game. Gives us another excuse to use Ranger Suarez, so that'll be fun against a pretty mediocre Colorado Rockies lineup. Game 1 of a 3-game set here at home, a rematch of the World Series from a year ago between the Guardians and the Rockies. Both teams have completely turned apart in terms of talent over the past year since their World Series matchup. As we take a look at both lineups, regular starters for the Rockies. No Kyle Lewis or Josh Bell today for Cleveland, both guys getting the day off. Here's Ranger Suarez. So far, so good ever since being acquired from the Philadelphia Phillies back in July, as Chuka Chakanawara, the leadoff man, goes down looking. Suarez gets through the first inning, no problem. The lefty, Austin Gomber, starting for Colorado. He's been pretty good this year, 3.88 ERA. You could be doing a lot worse, considering how bad Colorado has played this year. Ramon Romero hits that one into the gap for extra bases, and the young standout second baseman, who has been fantastic since the All-Star break, starts the bottom of the first with a double. One away for Ketel Marte. Hits this one high and deep. In a right field, go ball go. It is caught. Ramiro looking to tag up to third. A beautiful throw from Verdugo. And Ramiro is just barely safe at third base. That'll bring up the heavy favorite for the American League MVP, Jose Ramirez, the best hitter in baseball this year. Grounds out to second, so nothing doing in terms of damage to the scoreboard here in the first inning for Cleveland. They do get a base runner, got Ramiro to third, but are unable to drive them in. Let's go to the second. Here is Sancho Andrade. He goes down looking on the fastball. I didn't point this out earlier, but as you can see, the Rockies are wearing their City Connect jerseys today. Nice hit up the middle. That'll go for a base hit, so the Rockies get their first base runner of the day. That's Wyatt Weber with the hit. Weber looking ahead to second. I don't think so. He's gunned down. Eliezer Alfonso, part-time ball player, full-time sniper. As we go bottom 2, Jesus Sanchez leads it off for Cleveland. He has identical batting averages in July and August. Only 2 home runs so far this month. I think now would be a good time to add a third. This one hit high and deep in a right center. It is gone. Solo shot for Jesus Sanchez, and the Cleveland Guardians are on the board. They take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Sanchez with his 26th home run of the season, as it is a 1-0 ball game, but Cleveland's offense is not done. Elliot Ramos hits that one off the wall, and he is just barely safe at second. That was a close call. Ramos missed most of the last month or so of an injury. Good to see him back and healthy. as that'll bring up the young outfielder Zane Rowley. He dominated last year in the World Series against Colorado, and Rowley hits a moonshot in the left center. That baby is gone, a no-doubter for the 20-year-old outfielder hailing from the Netherlands. Zane Rowley with his 6th home run of the season, 427 feet. That's the farthest I think I've ever seen him hit a ball. I mean, Zane Rowley literally owns the entire Colorado Rockies team. If I remember correctly, last year, his only regular season home run came against the Rockies. Then in the 5 World Series games, he drove in 10 runs and honestly should have won World Series MVP. And here he is against the Rockies with a 2-run shot. Zane Rowley literally owns their franchise, as does the reigning World Series MVP, Eliezer Alfonso, and he strikes out. That'll bring us to the 3rd. 2 drowsy up for Colorado, and I think Ranger Suarez looks a little bit drowsy after that pitch, as that one is gone for a solo home run, and the Rockies make it a 3-1 ball game. That'll bring up Joey Bart looking to join the fun. This one goes even higher and even deeper in a left field, and that baby is out of here. Back-to-back home runs for the Colorado Rockies, 446 feet. And the Rockies make it a 1-run game as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. 3-2 is your score. Ramon Ramiro draws a walk. We know Ramiro plays so well against left-handed pitching. And, well, sure enough, he reaches base on his first 2 at-bats. Ketel Marte, another guy who does very well against left-handed pitching. And he goes down looking. I don't know about that call. That looked like it should have been ball 4, but Marte will not get the call. That'll bring up Jose Ramirez here with 1 away. Runner on first. 3-2 score. Ramirez grounds that one past the glove of the second baseman for a single. So Cleveland is 2 on here and 1 away. We'll see if they can look to extend this lead once again. 2 away now for Elliot Ramos. He had a double and scored in his last at-bat. And Ramos is going to look to make another play, and it's not going to happen as that ball is caught by Chuka Chakanawara. 3-2 your score going into the 4th. It's Sancho Andrade who rips it into straightaway center, and that one is out of here for a solo home run. The Rockies are hitting as if they're playing at Coors. They already had 3 solo home runs today. Andrade with his 17th of the year. Why not keep it going? Brendan Rodgers now. That baby's gone, and the Rockies lead 4-3. Ranger Suarez is getting rocked right now. He's allowed 4 home runs in the last, inning and a half. That's not good. So he's going to be taken out of the game. Pretty rough outing for him, and he'll be replaced by Nick Sandlin, who has been pretty mediocre since the All-Star break after a great first half of the season. That'll bring up 2 drowsy. Hit a home run in his last at-bat. He draws a walk. So the Rockies went through the order with 4 home runs. That's pretty impressive. Joey Bart goes down on the fastball. 2 away now for Oswald Peraza, and he goes down on the slider. Not a great inning for Cleveland, though, as Suarez allows 2 more home runs, and it's 4-3. Why not keep the home runs going? Johnny Vizcaino homers into left field, and the Rockies lead 5-3 here in the top of the 5th. Colorado's 5 runs today have all come from solo home runs. Alex Verdugo now goes down looking on the fastball. Nick Sandlin making it through nearly 2 full innings. Bottom 5, Ramiro looking to join the fun, but it goes foul. Unfortunate there. It looked like Ramiro got that one perfectly. Now he's still going to make the most of his at-bat, as on the very next pitch, he gets it to 1 hop off the wall for a double. Very productive day in the office for Ramon Ramiro. A double, a walk, and another double. That seems pretty good to me. So Gumper will be taken out of the game. He'll be replaced by Luis Medina. 5.67 ERA on the year for the rookie, facing off against Ketel Marte, who rips that one up the middle into center. That's going to score Ramiro pretty easily, and that will make it a 1-run game off of an RBI single by Ketel Marte, who, as I said earlier, leads the entire major leagues in wins above replacement with over 7. That'll bring up Jose Ramirez. He draws a walk. Although Marte leads the league in WAR, Jose Ramirez has been the best player altogether, I would say, in the majors. And they're both going to advance a base with a single here from Jesus Sanchez. So with one away, the Guardians have loaded the bases. They've got to take advantage of this opportunity, look to take the lead, as that brings up Elliot Ramos, who hits this one into right field. Should be able to get a runner in off of a sacrifice fly. Verdugo's throw to the plate is in time! What a play by the catcher, Joey Bart, to tag the runner. Oh my goodness, what great defensive execution by the Colorado Rockies to turn the double play. Joey Bart quickly flipping his entire body to tag Ketel Marte. Wow, what a great job by the Colorado Rockies as we go to the sixth. Camilo Doval is in the game for Cleveland. The last time Doval pitched against the Rockies, he was closing out the World Series. He strikes out Wyatt Weber on a slider to start the inning. Brendan Rodgers goes down on the fastball. Doval making quick work of the inning as he gets Drowsy to go down looking. Not too bad. Camilo Doval, 3 batters and 3 strikeouts as we go bottom 6. Dansby Swanson grounds that one into center for a hit. Swanson has taken a slightly lesser role this year, but he has been highly productive offensively as a guy who plays pretty much every other day at this point. Josh Bell now up, hits that one into center. That'll drop for a base hit. Swanson looking to score. No throw from the cutoff man, so Josh Bell drives in a run, and it's tied at 5. Big at-bat for Bell, coming off the bench. That was his first at-bat of the day. That'll bring up Alvaro Pena now, top of the order. He draws a walk, so the young rookie is aboard. 2-1, 1 away here for Ketel Marte now with 2 outs. We'll see if Cleveland can take the lead. 3-1 pitch, and Marte jams that one into left, and it is going to drop for a hit. Runner heads home. The other runner heads to third. He is out. However, Josh Bell does score on that play, so Cleveland takes a 5-6 lead going into the 7th. Brusdar Graterol checks into the game. It's been a not-so-great first month with Cleveland. We'll see if he can do a little better today as he strikes out Oswald Peraza for the second out of the inning. We go bottom 7. Uye Wanbaro Takauji is in for Colorado. He was acquired at the trade deadline from the Cardinals in exchange for young catcher Harry Ford. Jose Ramirez strikes out. That pitch pretty filthy from Takauji, as that'll bring up Jesus Sanchez. He should not have swung at that pitch way outside. It was so outside that the catcher couldn't field it, so it's a wild pitch, and Sanchez is safe at first. They're actually going to rule that an error. The catcher kind of dropped it. That'll bring up Kyle Lewis coming off the bench. He draws a walk. 2-1, 2 away for Mr. Clutch, the owner of the Colorado Rockies, Zane Rowley, who hits it into right center, and it is caught! Alex Verdugo, what a catch! And that'll keep 1, maybe 2 runs off the board. So pretty much Verdugo keeps the Rockies in the ball game. Wow, what a play. Let's go top 8. Brusdar Graterol remains in the game, and that looks like a mistake as Johnny Vizcaino is walked, and Cleveland will turn it over to Emmanuel Clase a little bit earlier than normal. His day does not start off great as he allows a single, so there's 2 runners on and nobody out. 2 away now for Rodgers, lines it nicely into right, but it is caught by Rowley. Interesting strategy by Cleveland, had their closer come into the game in the 8th inning. We'll see if he sticks it out in the 9th or if Cleveland turns into one of their other relievers. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Josh Bell lines this one nicely into right center, and that one will drop for a double. Productive day off the bench for Josh Bell, going 2 for 2, as that'll bring up Alvaro Pena. He will draw another walk. So there's runners on first and second. Nobody out for Luis Campusano, getting his first at-bat of the day. And he strikes out on the curveball way low and in the dirt. Filthy pitch from Takauji. Still in the game. Still pitching honestly really well for Colorado as he strikes out Jose Ramirez. 2 very good innings from Takauji. That'll bring us to the 9th. Emmanuel Clase remains in the game. Bold strategy as 2 Drowsy strikes out on the cutter to start the inning. That'll bring up Joey Bart. Lines it in the left. That'll go for a hit. So the tying run is on base here for the Rockies. We'll see if they can drive him in. Big opportunity here for Oswald Peraza. Hits it up the middle. Marte and Pena cannot make the play. Runner will look to advance to third. He is safe. So there's now runners on the corners and 1 away. Infield playing in for Chakanawara, who grounds it to third. Ramirez to Pena to Bell. See ya. Good night. Cleveland wins it 5-6. That was a fun game. Both teams going back and forth. A good fight from the Rockies, even though they are the worst team in baseball this year. And, I mean, you'll take all the wins you can get. Colorado's offense with an interesting day, 5 runs, all 5 of which came off of solo home runs by 5 different players. As for us, our offense had some good moments. We weren't overly consistent, but not bad. Ranger Suarez was not very good, but the bullpen was very good in helping us win. Going to simulate up to this series here against Toronto. We very well may play against the Blue Jays in the playoffs, so I love to face off against them. We would win 2-3 against Colorado. We did pretty well against the Rays, including winning a game 14-0. My God. The offense was obviously very good. Ranger Suarez, 7 scoreless, pitching a lot better than he did against Colorado. We didn't do too well against Detroit, but we still lead the division by 15.5 games, and we are still the number 1 seed ahead of the Astros. Whoever doesn't get the number 1 seed between us and the Astros will probably play against Toronto. Now that we are in September, we got to have 28 players on the big league roster. We're going to bring up Aaron Bummer. I know he was kind of bad in the majors, but I'm going to give him another shot. And then I want to see what one of our young prospects can do. Tommy Madlock, who we drafted in the 2nd round back in season number 2 out of Pitt. He hasn't lit the world on fire in AAA, but he's been pretty good. And I want to see what he can do with a month's action in the big leagues. I think he very well could be this team's long-term shortstop. So here we go, kicking off the month of September with a 4-game set on the road against the Toronto Blue Jays. This very well could be a playoff preview. As I just said a moment ago, the Blue Jays are probably going to get the 3 seed, so whoever does not get the number 1 seed between Cleveland and Houston will probably play against Toronto in the first round. And hypothetically, these 2 teams could also face off in the ALCS as well, if all goes well in the opening rounds for both teams if they don't play against each other earlier. Here's a look at both lineups. Tommy Madlock making his major league debut, hitting in the number 8 hole today. Tyler Mahle getting the start for Toronto. 7-8, 4.72 ERA. Not a bad season by any stretch, but not really a good season either. Ketel Marte, who in this series has always dominated against the Blue Jays, strikes out to lead off the inning. 2 away here for Jose Ramirez. I think he's at 45 home runs now. He strikes out on the fastball. Ramirez no longer leads the majors in homers, unfortunately. Giancarlo Stanton had like 15 in the month of August, so he now has 46. Hunter Green starting for Cleveland. He's been very, very good this season, hoping to keep it up here north of the border. This is Deegan Beckendum playing second base. He strikes out. Beckendum is also making his major league debut today, and his first big league at bat does not exactly go to plan. Top 2, no score. Josh Bell gets plunked. I feel like I'm a broken record. I say this every episode, but Josh Bell is literally a hit-by-pitch magnet. I feel like he gets hit once per episode. That'll bring up Jesus Sanchez, who hits this one high and deep into center field, and it is gone. That was a close one. 2-run shot for Jesus Sanchez, and the Guardians take a 2-0 lead. In the first game of the episode, we saw him his 26th home run. That one was his 27th. Alvaro Pena now singles up the middle into center field. Pena really hasn't cooled off. I think his OPS is still around 860 or so after 2 months in the big leagues. He has absolutely looked the part. Tommy Madlock strikes out on the high fastball. Not a great first at bat for the young shortstop. As we go top 3, 1 away for Kyle Lewis. He's kind of cooling off a little bit, but he has still been one of the best hitters in baseball this year. He goes down on the fastball for the second out of the inning. 2 away for Jose Ramirez. 2-2 pitch goes down looking. Overall, Tyler Mahle has had 2 really good innings today, but the second inning he allowed the 2 runs. And on the flip side, Hunter Green is balling. Good defensive play there by Tommy Madlock, playing closer to second base with the shift. The big catcher, Alejandro Kirk, gets that one into left field past the glove of Valera for a single. Most batters, that's a double, but for the big man, Kirk, it's only a single. Deegan Beckendum goes down looking to end the third, so he is 0 for 2 so far in his big league debut with 2 strikeouts. Not great. You know who is great? Hunter Green. You know who's also great? Josh Bell, who hits a missile into straightaway center field. Back at the track at the wall. It is gone. Solo home run for Josh Bell, and the Guardians extend the lead to make it 3-0. Josh Bell continues to be the unsung hero of the team. He hasn't been elite this year, but he continues to play really, really well. Pena goes down looking as we move to the bottom of the 4th. Still 3-0. Guerrero hits it into center, and it is caught. Jesus Sanchez! What a catch! As Matt Vasgersian would say, Santa Maria! What a catch by Jesus Sanchez, one of the best defensive plays of the year. Sanchez is such a great defensive player. We know how good he is offensively, but one of the main reasons why we like him so much is because of his Gold Glove level defense at center field. Top 5, Tommy Madlock leads off the inning, hits it well into left, but it is caught. Madlock off to a pretty rough start to his major league career offensively. Bottom 5, Kevin Biggio homers into right center, and the Blue Jays are now on the board as it is 3-1. Biggio with his 9th home run of the season, and Hunter Green's shutout is no more. One away for Kirk, gets this one to barely drop into right. Kyle Lewis lollygagging out there, and the big man, Kirk, rumbling, tumbling over to second base with a double. So Kirk is in scoring position for Beckham, who is now 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in his major league debut. Not great. Let's go top 6. Jose Ramirez, pretty quiet today. He gets hit. So Melly hits a second batter. J-Ram is now aboard. And from there, the Blue Jays make a pitching change. Tyler Mally's day is done. 5 innings, 3 earned runs so far. He'll be replaced by Tim Maeza. One away for Jesus Sanchez. He draws a walk. That's a tough pitch to lay off. Good work by Sanchez. That'll bring up Alvaro Pena, 3-1. He should have laid off that one, decides not to, and it is caught! Some of the catches today have been unbelievable. Let's go bottom 6. Guerrero goes down looking. Hunter Green showing no signs of slowing down. I think Cleveland's hoping they can get some more innings out of him. And then Teoscar Hernandez will strike out as well here in the bottom of the 7th. David Green goes down looking. Hunter Green is putting on a clinic right now pitching the baseball. He looks fantastic. Biggio lines it to first. Jose Ramirez playing first base today. Makes a nice play to get the out. Jose Ramirez has the ability to play first, which means Josh Bell can DH more. Obviously, with Alvaro Pena here and him being a natural third baseman, that gives Cleveland more positional flexibility. Throw is offline by the second baseman. Kyle Lewis will reach off of an error. So a bad throw there at second, and Cleveland has an opportunity to really extend the lead, or maybe not, as Jose Ramirez grounds into a double play on the very next at-bat. So the error proves not to matter really at all. As you notice, Justin Topa is now in the game for the Blue Jays as he faces off against Josh Bell. That pitch low and out of the zone, but Josh Bell does not really give a damn. Bell with his 2nd home run in the game. That one went even farther than the first one into straightaway center. And it is now a 4-1 ball game. That one going 423 feet. Cleveland's offense has been pretty quiet the last couple of innings. Now it seems like they're really waking up. Jesus Sanchez, however, goes down fishing, swinging at a low curveball out of the zone. And we go bottom 8. Hunter Green still in the game as he faces off against Kirk, who grounds it to short. Nice play defensively by the rookie, Tommy Madlock. He's got a really good glove, showing it off again here. What a throw to get Manuel Margot out at first. We know Margot well around here. He was on our roster last season, a big piece in our World Series championship team. We appreciate Manuel Margot as a Cleveland Guardian legend. Deegan Beckham flies out to right. At least he finally got contact for once, but it is caught by Lewis, and we go to the 9th. Seth Lugo in for Toronto, facing off against Zane Rowley, coming off the bench, making a play as he singles into left field. So Rowley starts the inning aboard. We'll see if Cleveland can try to add some insurance runs, because they do lead comfortably, but I'm sure they'd love to add some more. Ramon Romero coming off the bench, and it looks like he's going to make a play as well, also singling into left field. So Rowley and Romero come off the bench. They both get big hits. Get this start a little 9th inning rally for Cleveland as that'll bring up Tommy Madlock. Strikes out again, 0 for 4. Not a particularly great debut at the plate for young Tommy Boy. That'll bring up Josh Naylor, the Canada native, off the bench with a big pinch hit opportunity. He capitalizes. That's going to score Rowley. Romero looking to join him. The throw to the plate is offline, so it's a 2-run double for Josh Naylor. And the Cleveland Guardians now lead 6-1. The Blue Jays make a pitching change. Jordan Romano is in for Toronto. He'll face off against Ketel Marte. Runner on second, 1 away. Marte hits this one well into right center field, and that ball is gone. Ketel Marte owns the Blue Jays. It was only a matter of time until he had a big hit. and it is now an 8-1 ball game. Marte with his 31st home run of the year. We're just starting September, and now Cleveland, I think, has 3 guys with already over 100 RBIs. This is one of them, Jose Ramirez, who had 100 RBIs at the All-Star break, just the 3rd person in Major League history to do so, and he gets an infield single with the shift. So Ramirez is now aboard with 2 away, and that'll bring up Josh Bell, who has homered twice today, but a wise man once said, 3rd time's the charm. Josh Bell with a hat trick, his 3rd home run of the day. Cleveland with a 6th spot here in the 9th inning, and they lead this game 10-1. Bell with his 29th, 30th, and 31st home runs today. As we go bottom 9, Hunter Green still in the game. He's going to go for the complete game, and that's what happens as Bichette flies out to left. 10-1. Your final, a great win here for the Guardians. Hunter Green with one of his best outings of the year. A complete game going all 9 innings, only allowing run 1. And then the offense was really good. Now, the offense wasn't great early in this game. Obviously, the 9th inning, we scored over half of our runs. But we hit for good power. We hit for good contact. But I think the real player of the game has to be Hunter Green because, man, he was brilliant on the mound tonight. Great to see him pitching well. He has been fantastic all year, and I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do in the postseason. We're going to simulate these next 4 series, including the one we're currently in with Toronto. The magic number to win the division is 9. Within our next 6 games, we would go 5-1, making the magic number to win the AL Central just 2. Going to simulate 6 more games. We go 5-1 again, and with that, for the first time in this series, we have won 100 games, and for the second time in this series, we have clinched the division and are going back to the playoffs. So next episode, we're going to talk about the minor league playoffs, and then the following episode, we're going to get to the big league playoffs. Our major league team, AAA team, and AA team all had the best records in their respective leagues. That's pretty good top to bottom within the entire organization. So hopefully we can end the regular season off strong. The minor league teams can do well in the playoffs. All of that will be in the next episode. And then after that, we will get to the major league playoffs as we try to win our 2nd consecutive World Series championship. That'll wrap up the episode. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.